All right, welcome everybody. It is Monday, June 1st, and we're ready to live stream the Monday session. We had a massive dip just out of the just before the open here, like 10 minutes ago. There was some news, I think, about Iran. So we'll see how that plays out. Regardless, we're just gonna wait for everything to shake out in the opening range, the first 15 minutes of the session. So that's the idea here. We just wait it out, nice and easy. I'm just going to double check on my levels here. See what we got. I've got my side screen running over here with some additional charts I am monitoring. So I'm trading ES with micros, so MES, and then on the side I'm monitoring YM and NQ. That's kind of my measure of confluence. So if I have all three major indices sitting above, for example, above the key VWAPs, then it makes for a higher probability long for me than if I have divergence between the different indices, if one is sitting above the other below and so on. So let's see how this session plays out. I've just come home from work, so I'm sort of flushed from the commute. That's the thing when you're trading from Europe, it's 3:30 now, so it's PM. So it's been a long day at the office. I started at 7 a.m. in the office, and then full day of work. Come back home, and then I start trading. Let's just catch the guys in the Discord here. Just telling the co-hosts that I'm on. I'll try and invite my co-hosts. So we can get some company in here, get some people on. I'm always a little bit extra hesitant on Mondays, so I have a rule for myself. I'm not enforcing it very strictly, but I have a rule that you can see that down here in my trade seller rules. On Mondays, I tend to wait with any trades until the initial balance has set that. So that's after the first hour of trading. I do have quite a bit of stats showing me that I can effectively trade successfully before that. So it's a bit on the balance these weeks where I'm trying to see if that actually is a rule I need to adhere to. Hey, Griffin, welcome
Hello.
to the live stream.
You got me right away. Beautiful. We're in.
We're in. Awesome.
All right. Monday, am I right?
Yep. June 1st. It's summertime.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I did not even think about that.
And the markets are celebrating.
Yeah. Yeah, right? What are you reading here? I'm not exactly sure what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to let the open shake out.
Yeah, I think we need a good shakeout here. I was also just saying that because we don't really know where this is going. I mean, I was clearly long before all of this happened.
Yeah.
What I was thinking, and I know I shouldn't overthink it, but before the session started, or an hour ago, I would say I was thinking to get a good pullback and then the double break to the upside. That would have been nice.
I still almost think that longs may continue after the news just kind of shakes out.
Yeah.
Just, and I feel like sometimes just something to look at is like when a move like this is very news driven, I feel like then the trend, what was going on before, tends to continue.
Again. Yeah. Especially if that sell-off gets picked up pretty quickly. And I would also say this could be a day where we might not need that. I mean, I might not need the price to be above the overnight VWAP. So if we get a good bounce off the New York after the opening range is set, I tend to be a little bit less concerned with the overnight.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, the sell-off, like I was saying, how it's kind of news driven, makes me think that we may buy it back up when all of it shakes out. But then, since we had the sell off, now I am not a big fan of being on the wrong side of the overnight VWAP.
Exactly.
But I think it's still okay.
Good morning, Francis. We got Francis online.
Oh, nice. Where do I see the chat? Oh, I see comments.
Yeah, I think I have this. Normally, I have this button where I can put it up. But let's just see.
I just have to click the comments button in StreamYard,
okay,
and it shows
right.
it
So
shows
got
up
it,
for
you
me
got
so
it.
I can read it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't actually double checked on YouTube whether it's visible or not, but I'm assuming it is. We're still getting started. We're still learning here.
Yeah. Are we just live on YouTube?
We're live on YouTube, yes.
Perfect.
I could add some additional destinations, but for now I'm just keeping it to that.
YouTube works.
Yep. How was your weekend?
Pretty good weekend. I went to a wedding on Friday. So that was fun. Played some golf on Saturday. Played 18 holes. Just did some work. Weather was good. It was just a good overall weekend. I didn't do too much, but it was nice. What about you?
Yeah, same. Didn't do too much. Had some birthdays, some kids at the in the street here. Some of the neighbors had some birthday. We had some cake.
Nice.
And on Saturday, I went to the city, to Copenhagen, with my daughter. Had some, went to a cafe, went to a bookshop, bought some books.
Sweet.
Yep, just had a good time.
Found any trading books there?
Not a trading book, but I bought this Atomic Habits.
I've heard good things.
By James Clear. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people talking about that.
Yeah.
So, and I'm a little bit intimidated because I was just browsing through it and I saw all these charts and tables and stuff. But I was.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I don't want to I'm not the person who micro designs my day. I need to put everything in tables and schematics, but I'm still curious to see what can be done in terms of just making tiny little changes in your life that then compound basically over time.
That's
so
interesting.
I'm curious about that. Yeah, it's super interesting.
I start reading books like that again. I should.
Yeah, if you have time, right? But it's especially valid for trading because it is these things where time and time again you'll catch yourself after going on tilt or after making a mistake saying, I should have seen this, I should have done this and this and this. But you don't in the moment, right? So it's trying to tweak your psychology to do something different than what is the knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, the hindsight in trading can be crazy.
It's painful.
And you look back and it's it was so obvious what was going to happen or what I could have done, and you're just
but you didn't.
In hindsight, I should have done this. Duh.
Yeah. Oh, John is on the chat as well. Welcome, John. Yeah, patience patience is really. I mean, I learned a lot of patience from ASFX. I learned a lot of just letting the opening range set, for example. That's something I've struggled a lot with. Just seeing that inevitable rip or dump out of the open and not catching that or not trying to catch that. That is a real difficult exercise.
One little piece of advice is something that Evan always would say is how did he say it exactly? It was just usually your first idea of the day is not your best.
Right.
It's don't take your first trade idea of the day. There will be better ideas to come.
That's a great point.
And then it'll give you a lot of just a lot of times taking that early first trade and then going on tilt the rest of the session.
Exactly. Yeah, and then you're super affected by that first mistake or that first chase or FOMO or whatever it was that brought you into it.
Exactly. That's why a lot of times you just want to avoid trading 5 to 10 minutes into the session and just wait till you can see what's going on, have a better
imagine your P&L if you just stepped away some of these days where you're clearly off point.
Yeah. Totally.
I should have done that on Friday. That was a painful trade.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. That trade, I got out of it. Which was
that was an excellent exit you took, as far as I remember.
Yeah, it was solid because I was back and forth in my head. I was just having a nice. I like what John's saying. No missed opportunities. There's only the next opportunity. That's a banger quote. I got to get that on a shirt. I like that.
Yeah. I know John. He actually produces shirts. Maybe John, you should put that on one of your
Oh,
shirts
really?
and distribute it.
That's funny that I said something about a shirt and that's funny. But what was I saying? I'm stuck. You remember what I was saying a second ago?
No, I'm blank.
Yeah.
It'll
Oh,
come
the
back.
trade. That trade on
Oh, right.
on Friday. I was back and forth in my head because I had a TP that made sense. I was like, I want to hold for my thesis. I want to see this play out.
Mhm.
But then I'm back and forth going, well, it's been choppy for the last hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's a Friday. I just want to continue my day. And I'm like thinking like, oh, this doesn't look great anymore. So I'm back and forth between, do I just take this next pop here, get out and be done with it?
Yeah.
And accept that it could go to TP or whatever. And I was like, or do I just let my thesis play out like I should? I ended up pulling it, which I'm thankful for, but like I could not figure out.
It's discretionary at that point, right? But it was the right call. If I just pull it up here, you see how many intermediate photos I have of this screenshots out of this trade.
Yes,
it was a long one, but if I had seen, I mean, this is also a thing about zooming out, right? Because it peaked here, it edged me by about 3 ticks or something like that, right? But then what I'm seeing the pattern here is just lower highs, lower lows. It's actually breaking some of these lows here. It breaks the overnight. So my thought when I was done being pissed with myself that evening is I should have put the stop at break even. But what kept me from doing that was I also don't want to be pulled out of the trade if it bounces again. But with time, it gets less and less probable that you'll see another bounce, right? Because it bounced 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th time that it fails, and then at that point, I should have seen it. I mean, seen the writing on the wall, right?
Yeah. And that's why I pulled it early too, is seeing how many times we popped off of the VWAP without making new highs.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, every time it does this, I'm hoping that it goes, but then and then I don't pull it. I'm like, all right, now's the time. And then we come back and we're
so you pulled it at which one? Did you pull it here? At
yes, but a little bit, not the highest price, kind of like in the middle there, right around opening range high.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That should have been the target, really, right? That should have been the logic target. Yeah.
So I pulled it in there, and then right after I'm watching it push higher, and I'm like, oh, now's the time to hit TP, right? I'm like, that sucks, but and then it went down, and I was like, oh, good.
Yeah,
all the emotions, going back and forth, but
and I was fatigued. I was so tired at the end of the day there.
Yeah, I also just wanted to make more on that one because I wasn't sized heavy enough, to make my first one back. Which obviously, P&L, your last trade should not affect your next trade whatsoever. You shouldn't, you know what I mean? But like, I lost 700 in the first one and made like 400 in that one or 300. So, so I wanted to hold to full target. I wanted to.
Also for the exercise of doing it, right? You set a target. It was session highs. There was a logic to it. It failed. Accept that loss, right? But it's also, it's hard when you get edged like that.
Oh yeah.
But the funny thing is, you mentioned hope as well, right? Because often people will refer to hope when you're in drawdown, right? You hold on to the trade. It's in drawdown. Maybe you extend your stop loss because of hope. But this is actually hoping for a TP that's actually unrealistic, and you keep hoping and then the trade turns around on you, right?
Yeah, there can be hope either way in it.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, that's what Tom Hugard always talks about.
Yeah,
but he, like you said, especially he's always talking about it in drawdown. He's saying people are always they're eager to get out of their winners, and then they're quick to, or they're holding on to hope and drawdown, and they're losing trades, hoping it turns back around.
Exactly. Okay, we got Francis. Thank you. We got news coming in. It's good to have a chat that's informed. Just to remind us when I'm too busy just talking. We've got people online who are
let you know what's going on. You don't even have to look at the charts. Just all right, news is coming in.
Griff, how did you like the Peaky Blinders?
That was awesome. That was hilarious. I thought that was so funny. I
need some more likeness, like headshots of you guys to do some more of these things.
Yeah, Yeah, you should get some moments on stream where we just kind of do like something like this.
Exactly.
So then
yeah.
you can just then you can just screenshot it
I can do all kinds of
and
shit.
use them. Yeah, it was hilarious. I was actually with Ryan. We were selling a couch or something, you know, how we do. And I was like, checked my phone and I was like, oh, check this out. Look what Jesper just made. And I showed him. He thought it was hilarious because he loves Peaky Blinders too.
Oh, he does? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so easy nowadays, right? You just a quick prompt and then there you go.
Yeah, that was funny. Did you make it the thumbnail? Is there a thumbnail going on right now?
There's no. I'll put it as a thumbnail when this recording gets up. But,
oh right, yeah.
But then, yeah, that's what we do. It was just a ChatGPT generated image.
Yeah, that was funny. That's a good picture. What's up? I'm not sure how to say your name.
No, we'll have to get that pronounced.
That's a long one.
I've been talking to him on Instagram. DMs.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. A lot of ways to connect in the trading world.
And that's actually funny. You know, as my platform kind of builds, I'm getting DMs and requests and all kinds of stuff from everywhere. It's just super motivating.
Yeah, there's a bunch of awesome people out there to just connect with. You just gotta, yeah.
Especially also the podcast that really helps to sort of connect me with people.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so NQ rejected off of the overnight, at least for a moment or two.
NQ almost looks a little more bullish here.
Yeah, it kind of.
I don't know about you. Do you ever trade NQ?
I did in April. I did for a couple of weeks because it was just with the tech rally on.
Yeah,
it was just a cleaner index to me.
It was.
And I was getting burned on ES, and I was day after day. I was just looking at NQ presenting like these clean setups. So I was so I switched over actually for a week or two. Now I've come back a bit because I also got burned.
Yeah.
The tech rally is kind of it's a little bit exhausted right now, so it's kind of topping out, I think. So I'm back to ES right now.
I tend to trade ES probably 80% of the time, maybe 90, but I trade if I'm always looking at NQ as well. If NQ just happens to be cleaner that day, has a better bounce or whatever, then I just trade NQ. Yeah. But probably 1 out of every 5 trade I take on NQ because ES just tends to look better in my opinion.
I made a rule at one point for myself where if I see NQ and YM go completely opposite direction out of the open, my idea was that ES is then stuck somewhere in the middle. So that's difficult to tell. So in those cases, it's actually better to trade either of the two others. Like you can trade YM dumping or you can take NQ rallying. But ES has been a little bit more difficult. But for the days where they're convergent, where they're doing the same thing, then you can easily stick to ES because it kind of mixes all of that up.
I agree.
Yeah,
it does get stuck in the middle. YM looks like shit today.
So it's one of those days, right? It's one of those days. Okay, it's just flat. Yeah, okay, it's ranging. That's weird.
It's just sitting there, just being held down by something, but it's not selling off like a lot of the times it is. You'll look at ES and NQ just like, you know, just grinding higher, and then you'll click on YM and it's just like straight shot down, and you're like, what is going on over there?
But it's also it's got a bit of a life of its own. I think it has these weird moves where suddenly, you know, you can get. I'll just draw that on my screen. You can get a YM session like from 9:30 to 3 p.m. that looks like this. It's completely weird. It's like and or the other way around. It's just it doesn't really make sense. And VWAP is kind of, well, there have been days where VWAP are really clean on YM, but it's a little bit, in my experience, a little bit less relevant with VWAP. It's a little bit like trading gold. It can also disrespect the VWAPs like crazy. In my opinion.
Have never traded YM. Never.
No, me neither.
Trade on it. No,
just monitoring.
Okay. Yep, I look at it. I've never traded it, and I'm just like,
no.
There's been days, only maybe like 4 days, where I look at it, I'm like, why didn't I trade YM today? That looks great, but not often is that a thing.
No.
And then when I look at it every other day, it reminds me why I don't.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's probably a good point to stay out.
Yeah. Stay away.
Have you seen Real Deal Futures Zach? He does daily live streams. He trades strictly YM, but he makes these.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
he does these reversals where he'll try and pick a top or a bottom, and it's a 1-to-1 trade, but he'll take, I can't remember exactly, right, but he'll take several hundred points stop loss on YM and then go for several hundred points. So he'll try and pick the reversals, and YM kind of does that. So it just it'll like, it's supply and demand, right? It'll make a V shape or the other way around from the top, and he can pick those tops and bottoms, and that's pretty that's pretty cool, but also a very different way to trade.
Yeah, definitely. I see his content. I didn't really know he was a
his
YM trader.
Is pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay,
same with Tanner. He trades some YM as well.
Yeah, he does. You didn't see that he did this on the boot camp in Tampa. I think he called himself a bottom fisher or something like that, right? He would try to pick the bottom out of YM and then see it rip. But he'll do this thing where he'll take multiple attempts, multiple swings at the same trade.
Yep.
Because he has a tight stop.
Falling off the sidewalk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find that difficult.
Oh, me too. Yeah, it's just like, you lose 3 of them, but you're not even invalidated yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Your trade idea is still valid, and you've already taken 3 stop losses.
Yeah.
Do you really have the courage to enter that 4th trade when you?
And then the requirement for that 4th or 5th time you do it is I mean, you need a high risk reward at that point, because you already put in X dollars in losses, right?
Yeah, it's tough. I can't trade that way. I like my stop loss to be more of an invalidation point, not something to where, like, that almost feels like if you were taking a breakout here or something, putting your stop loss at VWAP where you'd want to get back in. That's what it seems like, almost like something similar to that.
Yeah, exactly. Like a few points. But I would not trade along here.
Yeah,
but it's a pretty it's 19-point opening range, so that's kind of in the middle.
I had a feeling that this kind of news was going to start to get bought back up, and it's looking decent. I would definitely consider along. I think I'd like to see 10 o'clock news shake out.
Yeah, we need the ISM in there.
Yeah, I don't prefer to trade into news.
Did I tell you what I made a mistake on my copy trading?
Yeah, what you said in Discord this morning, that you were copy trading 4 accounts and you're not supposed to.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a rule break. Are they?
I wrote and asked them, and I said they're good. I've taken 2 trades on the fresh accounts with the copy trading, so they said that I'm okay. But I think I'm gonna, and I have that in writing, so I should be fine.
I was gonna say you go to take a payout and then you get denied because the rules, and you're like, hold on. I spent
the next 4 weeks getting to a payout, and then they deny it, right?
Yeah, they say.
But in that sense, I like Top One. They're pretty pragmatic. Where do we have the?
I'm a fan of Top One because their support's so good. I feel like they get back to you very quick.
Yeah. I gotta log into all these. I haven't even logged in. I just got home from work, and then I'm straight on the charts.
I've had 2 times where I had a problem with Top One, and one of them I think was not even Top One. I think it was Project X. Okay. But I was in a long. Let's say I entered long around this time. It was around like 947, something like that. Opening range was set, or 950. We had a bounce, and I took a long, and I was in profit a couple of points, and I realized news was coming at 10. So just to be safe, I locked my stop at break even.
Yeah.
And the news shot through my stop, and which was at break even, and went way lower and didn't get triggered, and caused me to lose I don't know, a couple $100. And so I was like, my stop's at break even. You can see in the thing, the order, you can see it's there. It's like
it's super funny with sim fills. You should just fill that. It's not real money. You should just fill it and keep going, right? It's not an actual order.
They're like, sorry. I mean, you were trading in the news, and I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. They're like, that's just slippage, and there's nothing we can do about it. But I'm like, you see where my order was, right? It was the same thing as last time. I was like, you see where my stop loss order was sitting and where it should have been triggered, right? Can't you just put the money back in the account? They're like, no, sorry, the loss stands. And what really annoyed me is they had me send like tons of proof, so they had all the information first. So
Okay.
I spent like 20 or 30 minutes,
So they could reject
taking
you.
all the orders, explaining, like they had me like a couple step process just
Okay.
to say, nah, sorry, we can't do anything.
That sucks.
But it was okay. It was fine. I understand that one, and I think that's more of a Project X error, the
Yeah.
slippage there. So nothing that Top One could do about it.
Right. Yeah, Francis, there is a limit on accounts for copy trading. I'm copy trading sim funded accounts with Top One, so there is a limit of 3. The reason I got confused is they had a promo going, I think about a month ago, where you could copy trade up to 5. So I just had that 5 sitting in my head. So it's really just the advice is to kind of keep abreast of the rules, like keep updated on the rules, so that you're not making mistakes like that suddenly, right?
See, I didn't even realize it was 3 either.
No. There was even a promo at one point where you could copy trade 10 accounts.
Yeah, was that with the Sim Pros?
I think it was. No, it was the Elites, I think.
Okay.
Can't remember. Something like that.
I feel like the Sim Pros had something pretty big, maybe a year ago or something. I think
Yeah.
they had something where it was 10 accounts or 8 or
Okay.
something. Because I mean, I'm just gonna say it. They raked in some money on that promo because they made that the hardest account to possibly take a payout on.
Yeah.
But then convincing
With
everyone
ESF.
that the account is good and
Yeah.
to get them to buy 10 of them just to blow them all and not have to pay many people out. They made
Yeah.
a lot of money on those. That's awesome.
Yep.
Like super
Yeah.
smart.
It's super smart, but you also got
Yeah.
to see through it as a customer,
do.
as a trader, right? Yeah.
That's why you got to read the rules and you got to. That's one thing about being a trader, trading prop firms, is you need to be very familiar with rules because there's a lot that can get in your way.
Really,
you got to know what rules you like, what rules that you trade good, try a bunch of different accounts, and just like see what works well for you.
Really churn through the FAQs and the rules because it's gonna hurt you if you don't. And I think, like you just mentioned, you have to trade the accounts for some amount of time to actually get a feel for it and understand, does this actually fit my style?
Right.
I can only imagine the ESS that would mess me up as well. But
bad, yeah.
I've gotten away from Top Step, for example, because I think that idea of okay, something happened there.
I know, I saw a little shake there.
That idea of having a the 150 days, like 5 $150 days, for me, that's it kind of limits the potential I have, because I'm just going for that rather than $300 or $400 days. I'm just, as soon as I hit the 150, I'll do that. I get the 5 days locked in, and then at that point my balance is only $600-700, right? Unless if I've taken losses, it's even worse. So then my max payout on the XFA that I had a couple of months ago was $600, because I never really got higher than that because I couldn't do it.
So if you know yourself and you know that you don't trade that well because it's a mental thing, you're only going for 150.
Yeah,
that's something you figure out about yourself, and you switch to a different account style.
Exactly.
Like somebody like you would probably do better with instant fundeds.
Exactly. That's what I'm finding now, right? That slow, steady grind. It's I think I said it on Friday. It's a marathon, but
once
you get to the finish line, it's a big prize, right? At the end of it, I kind of like that, and I can also trade conservatively. I can trade like defensively, and still make it nice and steady.
Yeah, and like on the other end, somebody that trades like a high R multiple, that consistency rule will really get in their way.
Yeah,
like if you trade 3R and your consistency is 20%, you can only make 600. That just doesn't work for you.
Yeah,
that's not going to work well. But for somebody like me who trades less than 1, I'm like about a 0.8, 0.9 R, and you know what I mean. To hit that consistency, I have to risk $600 or $700, which I can do, but
which you actually do sometimes. I saw that on Friday.
I do. Yeah, I do put some heavy risk on these accounts, but and that's what
a good point.
Once I get through this next batch of accounts I have, I'm gonna try Lucid out. I've heard good things about them, and just I think for me, the 5 days of 150 won't be a problem because I just won't focus on it. I'll just do my regular risk, and do what I'm doing now and push the account heavy, and I won't think about that.
Yeah.
And when it gets there, it'll get there. You know what I mean? I won't be like, okay, I need another $150 day.
Right.
I'll just trade. That's just something for me.
So I'm just looking at NQ now. So this could be a double break setup actually. If you look at this,
Yeah.
it broke the opening range up here. It rejected the overnight view up. Now it's sellers are actually defending, at least for the last couple of minutes, defending in New
Yes.
York.
This
You
would
go
be a
for
good
this.
setup.
That's almost 100 points on NQ.
If I wasn't if we weren't near all-time highs,
Yeah,
I would take this short. Coming off of, we were pinching off 3 VWAPs here, break out the highs, double break trade.
Exactly.
This is definitely a valid short. I'm just
got full VWAP alignment actually, and the point of control from Friday is also sitting right here. So it's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's a good short. If someone was like, "Hey, I took this short," I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Nice." I just for me to take shorts near all-time highs, I need to see like, a good breakout. I'm not trading shorts in the middle of the opening range.
Right.
But like if I see a good breakout and a bounce of view up, maybe a second bounce out, I'd be like, okay, sellers are showing me they're definitely in control today. Not just like gonna predict they're in control like this.
Like some repeated rejection.
Right. Like the double break trade, I really only take for longs when we're trending so much higher because it's like almost like sellers look like they're in control and then buyers are taking back over, right, continuing the trend. But this wouldn't be like double break for sellers, almost would be like not continuing the trend.
Yeah.
It's just like predicting. I don't know. I guess either way it is, but with a long bias makes it easier.
Yeah. So if we do see, so my thesis right now, if we do see something like this happening, I'm buying it here.
Yeah.
But if we see something like this happen, then I'm just probably gonna stay out.
Me as well. I just I'm wondering with news coming, might miss the setup here, but I think I'm gonna wait for news to shake out. And
Mag 7 is also
minutes.
pretty mixed. You see Nvidia is up 4%, Microsoft 3%, so they're just ripping, and then you've got Meta down 2.5%, Tesla down 2.5%, so it's all over the place.
See, this already looks like something here. This candle close, I'd want to get an entry here. Too bad we got news.
Can you
Better than a no
screen
news Monday, though. Those can tend to be pretty slow, so I don't mind having news here. I just like that. Oh, never mind. Candle didn't close.
Nice, John, hitting your consistency targets. Really nice. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, nice. What accounts are you trading, or what firm? So my third day, profit target 600. 2 more 600 is 2K payout. Sweet. Nice work.
Yeah, I'm always curious about these because I struggle to hit the consistency targets because I'm size too small. So I don't feel like I want to put as much risk on to actually hit that within, say, 10 points on ES. That would be like 12 well, what would be? Yeah, it would be 12 micros, right?
That's around what I've been doing recently. But if you don't like to risk that much and you got a different style, then just don't. If it makes you uncomfortable and it's like you're not going to trade as well doing it, then I say just there's no point.
It's going to mess up my decision making.
Exactly. Then just grind to the payout slower. But I found that I feel similarly, not as much comfort as I would risking $200, but I trade fine with the heavy risk. Doesn't get to my head too much. I think it's also partially because I have 3 accounts sitting there ready to be traded after this one. So if I blow it, I'm just like, oh, all good. Yeah. Tradeify, Lightning funded. I've heard good things about Tradeify. Haven't really traded with them, but nice. Yeah. Lucid Flex.
Okay, we just gotta get this news passed, and then let's see what we can get.
And I think I tried to target around just before. I think I tried to target just before that news came in. 9-10, almost like somewhere around there, up there, maybe like 07, 08.
Can you put your screen on? Then I can share that as well.
Yeah. Let's see.
If you're showing stuff, we can bring
present or invite. Is that what I click?
Yeah, present or invite, and then just share screen, and you You pick the window you want to share.
Sharing screen is easiest. Okay. Share screen.
There we go. I can add that to the stage, I think.
So if I were to draw this up here.
Yeah, I can do that. There we go. There's your screen.
I got target around 07, somewhere in there. You see like
all the way up
closing
there?
This news.
Yeah,
something
okay.
like that.
Yeah.
It's let's see if I got an entry around here. Maybe not even that. Maybe I just kind of go for around a 1R.
Yeah.
Something in here.
I would definitely watch and see how it reacts to the overnight VWAP if I'm long up into that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't want to see a strong rejection.
Right. Okay, here we go. News. Let it shake out. Let's see how it actually comes in. If we got something.
I work with my sizing here. Let's see what I'd want to be if I'm 15 points of risk.
PMI slightly hotter, I guess, than forecasted. Why are these numbers green? Isn't a high PMI a bad thing?
I don't know.
It's an inflation gauge. So if it's high, high's bad.
I guess you're right there. I kind of don't really like the way forgot it was my screen.
Yeah, you're live. NQ has made a full. So the double break on NQ would have been very, very nice.
Did it fully? Wow.
Yeah, it tapped the opening range low.
There you go. You would have hit TP there. That's a nice little trade.
Nice. 92 points or something like that. So now we've got the opening range broken to both sides. That's kind of interesting. Oh. Rebound on ES.
Yeah, I'll get an entry here. Looks like about a 1R trade. About 600 to make 600.
Or are you gonna let it shake out?
I'm gonna let the I'll wait for a candle closure above VWAP, but
yeah.
See, like I don't know if I count that right there. Did you get in there?
No, I'm not in yet.
See, like closed right on VWAP. You get a good price there, but it's like, is that really what you wanted to see?
Are you actually obligated to trade there? Let's see. I guess the thing is also if you're FOMOing in here, often on the 1 minute, just wait a minute or two. It will chop around the VWAP. It's that average fair value in the middle of everything. So it can rip, but it's more likely to chop a little bit and then find some direction.
Right. That's why if you already had an entry here, there's not one candle that closed back on the right side of VWAP. You got a couple of wicks, but like you see this here, this candle broke below, and since then we haven't got one candle closure back above on the right side of VWAP.
Exactly.
Since the break. So there's really been no clean entry yet. You want to see something, like still nothing. Now, if we get that push above, I will trade it.
If you're not biased, what we're looking at right now is actually a rejection of New York VWAP, not a break. So until we get that lift up higher beyond the New York, we're still looking at a rejection.
Yeah. But if we go down and break opening range low, not exactly sure what my rate will be on the day from there.
No, me neither.
That'd be tough. Because then I probably wouldn't even want to long it if we get back above.
No, it could be. I mean, when I looked back at the price action on Friday, when the session was over, it was actually just chop, right? It was just back and forth. which is obviously difficult to trade, and we could see something like that play out here as well.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan's already in this. He's a bit of a sniper with his entries.
On long?
Yeah,
long?
yeah,
Yeah.
He's a bit of a less wait for confirmation, more get the really good price. Almost like someone who uses limit orders. He doesn't use limits, but he will be like, he'll get a really good price.
This is a nice higher low if we then come back above, right?
Yeah.
But we are going to be fighting the other two VWAPs.
I know.
It's tricky.
I think the thing that makes me more okay with that is the news-driven sell-off.
Yeah.
I think that makes, like, if it was, I think you know where I'm coming from with that. It's more of my own discretion. There's not a rule that says, hey, if the sell-off was news-driven and after the news shakes out, it doesn't count. That's not a rule. But in my head, whenever I see that, I think
but I'm more likely to. You get confirmation, right? If you form a higher low, sellers actually failed, right? They got absorbed. And then you break back above the VWAP, that's your average price. Then you're actually then buyers stepped in quite quickly after that.
Yep. I don't know what made me start. I think it was something Evan said one time, back when I was in the BSC or something about a sell-off being news-driven. It was a sell-off. It was like a day where somebody would have a long bias and there was some news into the open. We sold off and then had the return to VWAP for like a short trade that somebody would take. Yep. And he was like, I'm not buying it, or I'm not, I don't believe in the shorts here because that sell-off was news-driven.
Yeah.
And we bid back higher. And that made me, I think that's what sort of changed my mind.
Yeah, I agree.
Ryan texted me. He said, I'm not in, by the way, piece of shit. Nice. He said, as soon as I joined, you're talking about my entries. I didn't even say anything bad. I said you're a sniper. I said you're a sniper.
Good thing he's listening.
Yeah. Welcome to the stream.
Where is he actually? He was one of the Peaky Blinders I put on
I know. Stream. I told him to join. I texted him. I said, are you coming on stream? And he said he's in his basement. He's not at his like regular setup.
Okay.
Maybe he could just Ryan, why don't you go to a different room and hop on?
Just trade from his phone. It's okay.
Yeah, trading from the phone.
He can get the market read from us. That's actually one thing I found out, Griff. We need to apply a 15-second delay so we don't get signal people in here.
Oh,
that's not why we're doing it.
Yeah, people that are yep.
From our brilliant trading ideas.
Yes. No, people do. I mean, a lot of that is a common thing with beginner traders, like people who find streams and they'll be like, I'm just gonna do what the YouTuber told me to say or told me to do.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're trying to do here.
I think I forgot the mandatory disclaimer that this is not financial recommendations. It isn't.
Right. Because then someone could even be, if you don't make that clear, someone could hop on stream and be pissed at you. Yeah. If you say like, yeah, I'm taking a long here and the long loses, like you'd be like, what is wrong with you? You just made me lose all this money.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? I didn't tell you to get in. I got in.
Exactly.
I said I'm getting in.
Still not breaking above.
I know. We're just kind of holding here.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan's in there. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
This is tricky. We're obligated to take it. I would not, but we don't have full VWAP alignment, but we do have something.
Yeah, I would say it's not the highest probability setup.
No,
it's not. It's not one of those setups where you come in and you go, "This is beautiful. You have to take this." But in my opinion, it's a good looking trade.
Yeah.
There we go. My risk reward's taking a little bit of a hit here, but
Are you going in?
Yep.
Oh, you're in. Okay.
I have to
Nice.
tighten my take profit actually because I would make more than the $600. I have to
Yeah.
tighten that. It's 13 times. Oh, because I went in. That was a mistake on my end. I went in one more micro than I planned on.
Ooh.
But that's okay. That was not ideal. One micro is not going to make the difference, but it was like
No, it isn't.
just so that's
Definitely
a rookie
not.
mistake there. See,
I did not take it in. I needed the close of the candle, but it's too high. So I'm sitting through this one. Let's see if we get a break and retest.
Okay, I can only get 13 points here.
Looking good. Stop is under opening range low.
Stop is just sitting right at opening range low here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you did get along here, you'd want to have a tighter target. Is that why you wanted a better price? You'd want to be around.
I would probably set my target around the 6,700. I'm not saying I would take a shorter or a narrower stop. I would probably still put the stop at 75 ish. But it's just a 0.8 hour trade in that sense, or what is it? Depending on my entry price, it's like 0.7.
Now this is a pretty large candle.
Yeah, it's the
compared to what we've had so far in the day.
Not making a new high.
No, we will. Trust me. Trust me.
Just me.
If I'm in it, it's gonna win.
Good.
After everyone saw me lose a trade on Friday already.
I'm in as well now.
Nice. That's a good price. Wow, you got it at what? 88.75?
89.50.
89.50. So you got a 1.5 better than me. Nice.
It's the very top of the current candle. So let's see what we go from here.
There. Yep. That's all you can do, really. Just let it play out. You got to enter your trades, have your read, and let the probabilities play out.
Exactly.
Let whatever happens happen. Sorry for anyone watching that I don't have the dollar value up here. I know that's probably more entertaining.
Yeah, I also use tick values.
Yeah.
It helps my psychology.
If you want to have the dollar value, you can just do the math.
Exactly. I'm risking $270, something like that.
I'm risking $675.
Okay.
675 to make 600. So it's almost a 1 hour trade at my target. So pretty solid.
I've got a 0.93 hour trade here. If I'm going for 6702. No real reason. I just want a few ticks higher than the 6700. But it is through the
7602 or
yeah.
Okay, you said 6702. I'm like
sorry, 7602.
Yeah, 7602. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a real reason either. I wanted to target a little bit higher, but I accidentally, I made the rookie mistake of entering in one heavier than I meant to.
Yeah.
The trades where I like to go for pretty heavy size like this, or when I have a higher R multiple, so I can hit that consistency without risking $800. Because sometimes you have a trade you need to be in where the R multiple is not nearly as good, and so you have to risk $850 or $900 to hit that 600. And
yep,
I mean, I'm not just going to do that. That's almost half the drawdown.
But that's also something that messes with you, right? Having to get to that consistency target. That's something I'm trying to also. I don't need to. I can make 300. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because it also messes. It's a little bit like the Top Step account. I have to make the 150 with 2 micros, right? That just pushes you to be greedy, right?
Right. That is something where I try to shoot for it, but I need to remind myself to hold it loosely.
Yeah.
So it's something that I'm trying to hit, but if I don't hit it, I don't. Yeah, I don't need to. There's no rule saying that I have to get there.
Right.
But that's just like what I'm going for, right? So I'm going for it, but let's say this trade starts to reject sooner or something like that.
Then you make a discretionary call,
exactly.
like you did on Friday. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, that trade on Friday, I was targeting. My target was all the way at the high, which was I think like $700.
Yeah.
Or yeah, because I was risking.
We were targeting session highs, right? Maybe front running it a few ticks. Yeah.
So I realized I could make even more on that, which was 700, I think.
Yeah.
Because the consistency is not the balance of one trade; it's the end of the day. So I can make more than 600 on that trade.
Oh, right.
So I would have been back even a little bit positive, but above break even at the winner. And obviously, psychologically, your brain wants to see that happen. After taking a big hit in the morning, you want that to work out. But I did end up pulling it early for a smaller win.
Yeah.
But yeah. Just kind of hanging out around VWAP here.
Yeah.
Nothing invalidating it, but nothing making it look pretty either. It's just sitting here.
In a high all-time high environment, I would consider, I mean, I might be biased because I'm long, but this kind of consolidation to the downside, I think it could be a turning point here if we just hold that New York.
Yeah, I agree.
We'll see.
I mean, you look at the trade, it's a classic setup. Even though it's moving slower, you break out an opening range high, pull back to VWAP and a bounce.
And bounce, yeah.
Setting a higher low.
Yeah. It would just be nicer if you had the other VWAP sitting below you, right?
I know. Yeah, 100% would be. I mean, if those VWAPs were below, this would be a absolute A+, have to take setup.
Exactly.
But now it's something to where if someone said I stayed out of that, didn't like the VWAP sloping down above, I'd be like, yeah, I get it. Yeah. Whereas like they were below and someone said, I stayed out of it, I'd be like, why? How could you?
Exactly. Yeah. That's also, I think we talked about that Friday or Thursday, that it messes with your stats if you don't take those A+ setups. If you stay out for some whatever gut feel reason, you don't get the stats on your trading system because you didn't take it.
Yeah, you have to
missing out.
You have to take your setups. Yeah, you have a setup. Exactly. You can't be too scared for whatever reason to stay out of it. It's like you have to. That's the whole idea with trading is there's probabilities. You have to play the probabilities. Let them play out.
There we go. Wow. There we go.
What is that? I wonder if that's some news coming in. I want to check the juice, but I don't want to. What do you call it? Switch my tab and let this.
You just take your TP off like I do sometimes.
Yeah. I'm gonna check the juice real quick. Oh, I can still see my trade on the StreamYard stream because it.
Nice. I don't know what the hell that was, but it didn't really follow through.
I don't see anything coming through on the juice. No, so I think that was just.
But juice can be a few minutes late, right? This could be like.
It can be, yeah. But that may have just been some. I mean, the more time we just sat at that VWAP, just having a.
It's just a big buy order coming in, I guess.
Just buyers building up, and something got filled.
Yeah. It in the end of it, it was only like what 6-7 points.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
It could be just an order going in, but it did break the previous high on the 1 minute, so that's a good sign.
I know, I like it. I think just having some buying power like that just makes you more confident, even if it's not. It didn't send you to TP, but it makes you feel better.
Yeah, it does. NQ is on its VWAP now. Let's see what happens.
I just refreshed the juice, still seeing nothing.
We should have that Truth Social subscription.
What's that on the juice?
I'm saying we should have a Truth Social subscription. It's just or a profile. That seems to be where the actual juice is coming from.
Oh, right.
Sometimes at least.
How much is that going to cost you?
I have no idea. I don't even know if it's free. See, this is also a situation where I'm tempted to set in a partial stop underneath that swing low there, like at 75.81. I would take half my position off there. That I'm tempted to do it, but I also know it's very high likelihood that I'll get stopped out on that, right?
Right. Yeah. But this is like one of those situations where those would work for you.
Yeah.
Like you have a stop like right here, and then
Yeah.
your true full stop at the low. So
Exactly.
yeah, one here and then.
So I'm in 4 contracts. I would have 2
Yep.
at one and 2 at the other, right? That kind of
Yeah.
cuts
Okay.
that kind of cuts 30% off my risk reward or my risk.
That makes sense.
So yeah.
And then so you do that, like you've said, if you get stopped out here, but so you wouldn't be truly invalidated, but it's to take
Yeah.
some risk off the table if
Well,
it's going against you, sort of.
my logic is I'm partially invalidated, right? Because we took out the lower the higher low from just
Right.
before. So that's the logic behind it. And then if I go strictly like after the process, if it comes back up to my break even or my entry, I would add those contracts back in, because then the idea is my thesis is validated.
Yeah.
But then I have a full position on again with a small loss to it, right?
Right. So you already took a little loss, maybe like
Yeah.
less than $100 or something.
Yeah.
You got a full position on, and if
And I
if
can
it
make
would have
some of
hit
it back,
full
right?
stop, you would have
Yeah.
saved yourself some money.
Exactly.
And if not, it's like, yeah, I understand the concept. It's kind of a good idea. You can coin that,
it's just
have it be the
skewing the
Trader
risk
Dane
reward.
strategy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can make a coaching program and charge people for it.
Yes.
It's just it skews the risk reward, so it's essentially like having a 1.7 R trade rather than a 1 or 1.3 R trade rather than a 1.0, right?
Yeah. Yep. I don't mind the idea behind it.
No, but it's psychologically you have to accept that, and that's the point. That's the problem a lot of people have, including myself, right? The tight stop will get hit. So psychology wise, it's difficult to manage.
It would be too, and that feeling of the closer you are to your stop, the more kind of on edge you can be.
Yep.
So just having that stop order sitting right here and being below VWAP, I'd be like, we're getting close to hitting that stop here. We might tag my stop here. It's just make you a little more uneasy being closer to it.
For sure.
Or that feeling of I still see this going higher. I don't want to get tagged here for it to just go higher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get tapped and then it rips.
Right.
But that's all emotion. That's all your brain telling you that, or it's hope, like we discussed before, right? It's you hoping that something's gonna happen.
Right. A lot of hope, a lot of emotions in trading. There are
a lot of emotions. Yeah.
Yep.
Do you see how the wicks down from since like 10 a.m. they just keep building higher and higher?
Yep.
So sellers are being absorbed. They're giving up basically.
Yes, it looks solid. I think we're building up for some decent longs here.
Yeah.
Just a slow moving day so far. I mean, it's a Monday. What do you expect?
Yeah.
A lot of Mondays can be slow moving. I think Mondays tend to be my worst day a lot of the time.
Oh, really? Really?
I think if I look at my stats, I think a few months ago I looked and it was Mondays. I don't know about now, but I don't do anything stupid on Mondays. I think it just tends to play out less.
I think a little bit like that. That's why I kind of I had this rule for myself. I wait for the initial balance to set. It's like it's this idea of, okay, people just need to get back. Then we need a bit more time to find structure. And
Sure.
Today is a good example, right? There really isn't that much structure.
No.
So that can be a good point. But then again, on some Mondays there's a very clear bias.
Yeah. So totally. I think a lot of times no news Mondays too end up being pretty slow moving days overall.
Yeah.
So everyone's getting back to it. No news to shake us out. Nothing to be excited for. It's just like just gonna be slow moving sessions.
Yeah. We are at the all-time high VWAP. The problem with that is that it's only 3 hours since the all-time highs.
Check out what NQ is looking like long on NQ. Oh, nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it looking
good?
That.
That's a little double break trade. Break out the bottom.
Ooh,
and
nice.
They're holding it.
Yes, it's coming back above. That's a good confirmation.
That. Good trade.
Yes.
That's a solid looker there.
Yeah, we got this.
Are you a VWAP trader? I wish I knew how to say your name. Bozhidari? Is that something like that?
I think it's Bozhidar.
Bozhidar?
Yordanov, yeah.
I was gonna say I see the Y after. Bozhidar? You trade
Long on
VWAP?
NQ to the opening range high. Seems like a good idea.
Yeah, I
Long
like
on
it.
NQ. Where was your target again, Griff? Is it 7607 or what was it?
I got it at 04. It was 07, but
Okay.
I had to tighten
Okay.
it because I risked too heavy.
Yeah.
Rookie mistakes, man.
Yeah, that happens.
Just like you do a little thing. I did the math. I knew what I wanted to risk, and I just typed it in wrong. 9 instead of 8.
I've seen these tutorials where you can right click the position tool and you can place your order like that, but I have not made it work, and it creates a limit order and stuff like that. So I'm not really, and I can change it to a market order, but then what's the point? I mean, it's
yeah.
I don't get that entry anyway. It's just weird.
Okay, it sounds like you said the name right. What was it again?
Bashadar.
Yeah. Something like that. Okay.
Where are you coming in from? Put that in the chat. We got to build an international community here.
Yeah.
People trading like me, trading after work. People like you, Griff, trading in the morning.
Yeah. So what time is it for you right now? I forget.
It's 4:25 p.m. So I'm 6 hours ahead. Yeah. So if this trade works out in due time, I'm going to prepare some dinner.
Sweet. That's actually a pretty nice time for trading. I feel like.
The way I see it is it all depends on your routine, right? You have to build your routine around your trading.
Yes.
So for example, I will start working in the office around 7 a.m. because then I can commute back at 3 p.m. and be ready for the session. So I've structured my way around that. I would also like that if I could just get up, get some breakfast and start trading. But
yeah, that's what I like the time here. I mean, it what do you call it? Opens at 9:30.
Yeah.
So I can get up just around or just before 8, have some time to, get up and have a nice little morning routine. Get to the desk at 9:30. Whereas I wouldn't want to be on the West Coast where theirs is at 6:30.
Right.
That's just
insane. Yeah.
That's just early. I have to get up around 4:30 or 5 to be prepared by the time the open sets in.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm putting in stagger stop now, so I don't like the way this is looking.
I know it's kind of like it's just a lot of chop. It seems today, not a lot of trend.
No one's really stepping in. Buyers are failing, sellers are failing.
I agree. It's just not the smoothest looking day so far. If I didn't get an entry before it started chopping like this, I would probably be flat up to this point.
Yeah.
Like if I just came to the desk now and looked at it, I would say, I don't see anything I like.
There's no structure.
The trade just like after we got in just hasn't given us any continuation. So
one of the key measures of that, that lack of structure is also a flat VWAP, right? New York VWAP is pretty much flat right now. That doesn't really tell us much about where this is going.
I agree. But obviously this is all hindsight, when we got in, the entry looked clean.
Yeah.
Like you see, erase all that price action. I got it right here. You think, oh yeah, you know what? That looks like
it looks good. It looks
like a solid long here.
But you add all this. Also the thing. You could stay flat because you had the VWAPs above you, but then again, you probably stay flat all day and you wouldn't take a trade because you're just looking for that perfect setup where everything aligns, right?
Right, and it's just not going to be like that every day.
Exactly.
It's only like that, like how many times do you have that perfect setup in the session? Exactly. Once, maybe twice a week.
Yeah.
If you're so picky like that, you're never gonna. Like, what are the odds you're gonna take? Work your way to payouts. I feel like it's just like much harder if you're taking one trade a week.
Exactly.
That's kind of again. You have higher probability trades trading like that, but you can still, you don't need that perfect setup to have a positive expectancy.
Exactly. What I also find often is if you do have that perfect setup where the VWAPs align for longs, you're looking for it to bounce off the New York, which obviously the New York is going to be higher than the other two.
Yep.
It never actually touches because buyers are just so completely in control that you would have to buy it a little bit higher. and then it doesn't become that A plus setup. So that I would say that probably happens less than once a week, where you just get everything just
Right.
beautifully panning out.
The idea of just having that perfect A plus setup is so rare.
Yeah.
Something always, goes not in a way you would want it to. A lot of times that
Exactly.
A plus setup is forming.
Yeah.
You get your entry and then you're in drawdown for 20 minutes, and it's just
Yeah.
like, how often do you have that perfect day where you get the entry that you wanted? Like there are so many days where I come to the desk at 9:20, 10 minutes before the open, and I say, wow, I would love to see it play out. I would love to see the open play out like this. And then we get that bounce after that. How many times does that actually happen?
Exactly.
The open comes in, you're like, oh, now this doesn't look like what I wanted it to look like.
And
Almost
then
nearly every day.
The eternal dilemma that you face as a trader, then you actually do get a good setup. It plays out super well. And then you say to yourself, I should have sized double.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When before you were like, this isn't what I wanted to happen. Do I even
Yeah.
take this? Something like that. This isn't as good as what I wanted.
Exactly.
Like the same thing. If I got on early this morning, I look around this time, check on my phone in the morning, seeing the pre-market structure coming in here, and I'm like, oh yeah, we stay above this VWAP here, and you look at the 15-minute, you're like, yeah, this is awesome. You come to the desk and you see this, and you're like, that's not what I wanted to happen.
Exactly.
Suffering a little bit of drawdown here, but still, like we said before, nothing new has happened at all. Just sitting around VWAP since the start.
Catching up with the chat. Bulgaria, that's awesome. So we're pretty much in the same time zone. And Mike is here. Good to see you. Oh, he's 1 hour ahead. Okay. Trading from your phone, risky business. We have a buddy called Emil. He's from the Netherlands. He'll trade from his phone. I would say occasionally, but it's actually quite frequent. We keep telling him off about it because for me, I've made a rule against it because I've taken too many losses that way. I don't have the full picture, so I don't want to try and do it.
I agree. I just don't think. Well, I understand where you're coming from though, because you're at work. So
that
like
can happen, yeah.
But if I find myself trading from my phone, right? I have every morning to come to the desk and be present and be here. But if I find myself trading on my phone, it's because like I don't have the full focus. I'm in the middle of doing something else. If I'm doing, then I'm just like forcing something that doesn't need to be forced.
Yeah. Sometimes what I'll do on Tuesdays, for example, I have to be longer in the office. I'll get in a booth like we have these soundproof booths. I'll just take my laptop there and I'll trade from there, from the laptop.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's the time I don't have the time to commute, but I'm off work, so I'll just trade from work with my laptop. But yeah.
Cool. And then they're like, "Wow, he's staying later. He must be working hard."
Exactly. That's the message I'm trying to send.
Yeah, they're like, look at it, staying extra, getting more stuff done.
Dude's always in that booth on Tuesday afternoon. What's he doing?
Yeah, he just wants to work harder for our company. He doesn't even care about seeing his family. He just wants to work. It's all about the work.
Exactly.
Imagine you start getting raises for staying later on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
You're just sitting in there trading.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Wow, this is really choppy, right?
I know, it's just nothing's happening.
There's
no buyers and sellers. Nobody's really in control at the moment. It's just like
I heard a term at one point. It's called megaphoning. It's like when price forms this megaphone kind of a pinch, and nothing really happens. But at some point, something will happen.
Right. Something will. Either we'll go to take profit or stop loss, and like that's the game we're in, right? That's
the game we're in.
we got in the entry that followed our system and our discretion, and then you just let it happen. See whatever happens, and you just hope it goes with you. And if it doesn't, oh well.
Yeah, on to the next one.
Right, exactly. You just can't be a baby about it.
I feel like I've gotten
whatever.
I've got an excuse now because I can only trade the 3 accounts. So if I lose on them, I'll take the other one and trade that on its own.
Nice.
It's a good excuse.
I'm just trying to make something happen with the account I'm on here. I told you I was close to payout on it maybe 2 weeks ago. I think it was 600 away, so 2,400 balance.
Yeah.
And I had a little bit of a losing streak, and now I've been like, for the last maybe week, just up down on it, just up down, up down. So it's just staggering, and I'm like, come on, just like either take me out of this thing or help me build the balance back up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But neither's happening.
Something. Yeah.
Now, if this trade loses, since I put so much risk on it, I had about $900 of drawdown left, and I'm risking 700. So I'll have I'll have like $300 of a trade left. So it'll be practically gone. So
yeah. Then you got a full ported almost.
Exactly. Oh yeah, for sure. I'll just risk the whole balance in the next trade. But either way, I'm not too concerned about it.
Right.
When you're at a point where you start getting closer to the lower balance, you just can't be attached to the account. I feel like
100%.
You got to be willing to, okay, if I'm gonna trade how I've been trading.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna baby this thing.
Yeah.
If I lose it, great, I get to start fresh. If I win and it's back, cool, the account's back. It's like, I don't know.
That's the perfect trader's mindset. That's how you should do it. I also tend
because you have money in the accounts, right? So sometimes it's just like it's hard. You spent whatever eval or instant, if it's an instant funded, you spent $300 on the account. You don't want to see that $300 go.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's the game that we're playing, so you have to accept that.
And I think we discussed that last week as well, right? The time that you spend on an account. Like if you have this, to be honest, the first account of these 4 that I have, I've had that since December. So you're also at a point where something needs to happen, right? One way or the other, you need to win it or lose it, pass it or torch it, right? So because the time spent on it is also, and you get emotionally attached to it, you just got to move on.
Yeah, that's why I've been trading. I've been sizing up so much recently because I told you before, the same accounts that I've had the same 4 instant funded accounts, and I've had these same 4 accounts for I think like 6 months.
Yeah.
And I haven't blown one, and I haven't bought another account. So I'm just like, I got to start pushing these things harder.
Exactly.
I got to start being, trading these things aggressive rather than sitting in the same accounts.
That is the idea. Oh, this is turning out to be a longer one.
I know. Well, you haven't. It's been a little while since we have one of those trades. It's just like you get that pretty instant continuation. You enter and you're 3 minutes straight to take profit. Those ones feel nice. And I think you can't expect to get those often, but when you do, it's like.
To be honest, I think it's a little bit because the rally is kind of topping out. I'm trying to overinterpret maybe, but we are getting more chop the last few days of trading rather than like April, where it was just ripping constantly.
Yes. Yep. I agree with you.
With a strong rip, like if you have a strong higher time frame rally, you also, when you do get a pullback, it's also more clear. I feel like it, and then you can wait. You don't have to short it. You can wait, and then you'll get a nice clean rally again on the 1 minute.
Yeah, I'd like to see that or see trend continue to either side, but we just I think what's been happening is we've been stalling at the top here. So we haven't been getting that pullback, but we haven't been pushing. So it's just been a lot of choppier days. So did that hit your staggered stop?
Yeah, it did now.
So then you either hold the opening range low, or if it comes back above, you would consider, or maybe you wouldn't consider adding back here because
I will consider adding back in if we come above my entry price at 89.50.
Okay.
But what I've taken now is about a $80 loss on 3 accounts, right? Something like that.
That's not bad at all. You're keeping that risk control.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
$80 on 50K accounts is like, it's like it doesn't even count.
maybe that's not true. Maybe it's a little bit more. It's like 8 points, right? With 4, so it's $160 loss. That's what it is.
I
But
don't
it's
want. I don't want to see
significantly.
that. I don't want to see that, Mike. It's calling
What's he
for the
saying?
Madonna, but then we have to get wicked out, right? You break the initial balance low and then come higher. That's not what we want to see.
Nope.
Maybe I'll just trust you and just move my stop, like, or just take it away. And just since you said it's incoming, I'll just listen to you blindly.
I don't think that Madonna trade worked out the other day, but just saying. But this is a, like, I mean, these ranging sessions, that's much more, I would say, aligned with the VWS system, like the VWA system,
Yeah.
because it's you can trade off the levels.
Right. That's what it seems to be. Something
Long,
like off
short,
of a-
long, short. Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of a. No, it should be 100%. My strategy is 100%, dude. What are you talking about? I've never lost a trade.
That's what we're selling here.
Yeah, exactly. 100% win rate. Now, if this starts getting closer and closer to stop, we'll just end stream.
No, you just double down and widen your stop. You cannot lose that way.
No one will ever see us lose. That's what this stream's going to be here. No one will see a losing trade on here.
Exactly.
I almost thought, when that kind of whatever you call it, that wiki push up here, I almost thought we'd have kind of some quick continuation there.
That would have been so nice. Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been? That would have been beautiful.
Yeah. Just for once to be caught in a news pop like that. Yeah.
650.
It's been weeks.
70. Ha.
What?
I'm just looking at Mike's trade that he's got a limit at.
All right.
Just about opening range low. Trying to get picked up there. So hopefully that picks you up and then doesn't hit my stop, because we got a 2 tick difference there. He's at 76.50, my stop's at 76, so
it's perfect.
And then it goes higher. Then we everyone wins and we're happy.
I was like that on Friday. When I finally got stopped out after 3 hours, it spent like 5 minutes just etching my stop just before it actually took it.
Yep,
Fuck.
I've been there. I've been there just watching it sit like a point from your stop.
Yes.
And then it gives you false hope. You get that one strong candle up and you're like, we're back.
Exactly,
and then the next candle's back down. You're like, ah.
And you realize at that point, the probabilities of it shifting the entire opposite direction is just close to zero, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny because this is just kind of random, but like I remember when I was very new to trading and just like taking a losing day or a losing trade was so frustrating. Because you're so focused on that day, you're not focused on the week or the month or the year. Did you kind of have that same experience? Like
100%.
I was
still
just
better with it.
Yeah, I'm much better now. Like now, if I take a losing trade or do something dumb, like you feel the emotions still, right? But it doesn't follow me into my day,
right?
I'm not just. It doesn't make me have a bad day. But when I was kind of a brand new trader, a couple months into trading, take a big losing trade, I would just like, it would kind of follow me for hours or kind of drag me down.
Your day. Yeah.
Right.
And I wouldn't even say a bad day. I would be attached to the single trade. Like just one trade could ruin my day. Right.
Yeah.
And I think I still have that a bit when I make a mistake. Like when I make an obvious mistake and I take a loss on that, then I get pissed.
Me too. If it's my fault, if I know it's my fault, and I could have been better. But if I take a probability loss, that doesn't affect me much anymore. Whereas it used to be a big crusher, right? That's why trading's so different. Is you get into it expecting to be a winner, and then you do what you're supposed to do and still get told you're wrong and you still lose, and that hurts. It does. It hurts a lot.
It does. Yeah.
If anyone's a new trader in the chat, I'm sure you're feeling that now. Like you take a loss and you're just like,
exactly.
I did what I was supposed to do. How could I lose?
Yeah. And we're all competitive, right? We all want to win in some way, right?
Oh yeah. That's why Ryan was dropping gems on your podcast when he was saying, don't expect to be different. Because I think a lot of us relate to that.
I love that point. And I haven't heard anyone say that, like really articulate it, because And I've been that way myself. Like, I'm gonna make this work faster. I'm gonna be different. And it just hurts. It just hurts your. It's like a little bit like trading from a point of scarcity, right? It just hurts your performance because you're trying to rush things.
Yeah. When you said that on your podcast, I was like, wow. I was like, what, like a quote? Like, you don't think about it, but it's so real. Is when I got into this, you hear everyone say, they say, don't expect to, like, you won't even be, a lot of people will trade for a year and a half, 2 years and haven't even taken a payout.
Yeah.
Or like, they'll say, don't expect to get your first payout within a year of trading. And you're like, okay, yeah, whatever. Watch me. That's how you think, because you want to be special. You're like, I'm going to be different. And then you don't. And you're like, oh, they were right.
Yeah.
Like,
they were right. Yeah.
It's true. Everyone tells you. It's like everyone tells you. They're like, it's not going to just work in your favor right away. That just doesn't.
Exactly. It's going to be 3, 4, 5 years, and you still
have that lingering confidence. You have that in your head thinking,
yes,
I'll be able to do it.
Exactly. And those are the things we got at the mental blockers, really, that we got to break down as traders.
Yep. And there's plenty of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Still, I will say, nothing has happened here.
Right. I do think if I was flat at this point, I would probably not enter either way. I would just, because things are pretty flat and nothing much has not much structure still. So I would not short it. I would not long it at this point.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I was saying that earlier too. Yeah, we entered when it looked like it could be a trending day.
Yeah.
Now it's showing that it's not. If I wasn't already in a long entry, I'd be saying, this is pretty ugly. I'm gonna get off the desk early today. This is probably what I'd be thinking. I'd say this is not gonna present anything that I like.
Yeah.
Something I'm still battling with though is on days like that, do you consider pulling the trade for a break even, or do you let your thesis play?
I'm getting better at letting my thesis play out. Like I had a bad experience on Friday with that, just letting it sit there and not, seeing the third bounce of the New York and getting good profit from that bounce, not taking that profit, that hurt. That would have been a discretionary call like you did, but that sometimes you just got to apply that little bit. But generally, I would say I really forced myself to hold the thesis and let it play out.
Okay. Yeah, I battle myself on that because right now I'd be thinking, now this trade looks bad. I wouldn't even want to be in if I wasn't in. So do I just get out when I'm back in my entry?
That's true.
Or like you know what I mean? I go back and forth on that. That's something I have not figured out yet.
If you're saying that to yourself, then you're also saying your stop is not the invalidation, because you're looking at it saying this looks invalid now, I should get out. But really, you've predetermined that it's not invalid until your stop is hit, right?
Mike Shut up, Mike. Get out. Wait for the Madonna. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, time. That's a good point, Mike. Time is also a good value. If you sat there for long enough, it didn't play out. That's also, especially in these markets, right, where you can get a news every minute.
It's true. Well, like the thing is here, you look at it and you say, well, I'm not invalidated. Nothing has happened, buyers or sellers. But then that's also a good point to say, well, buyers aren't in control anymore. But neither are sellers. But it's just like, I don't know.
This is going nowhere.
I don't know what makes sense. There's just a slow, choppy session.
NQ is above New York. YM is far below New York, but sitting as opening range low.
Yeah, YM looks interesting.
You see that clean rejection of the overnight on YM?
Yeah, I did.
It's things like that you want to trade, right?
Yeah. Wow, I wish I caught that bounce.
Yeah.
See, Mike, those are good things to think about. That's what I'm still trying to figure out. I think for a while it's just my invalidation is my stop loss, but then can be different factors too, and it's just a battle in your brain. What's the strong enough like factor to say this is actually enough to pull me out of this trade? I don't know.
There's always reasons for and against. We knew when we
Whatever
went
you do,
in
you
that
got to
we
be
had,
consistent. I like that. I think
Yeah.
I never pulled the trade at break even, almost ever. So
okay.
but I'm not sure if that's good or not. Right? I'm not sure if I should start thinking. I always let my thesis play out.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to think, yeah, I don't switch it from day to day, but
I guess that's also, I mean, the more experience you build, the more intuition, the more discretion you can add to your trading, right?
Yeah. I tend to just let it play, and I kind of think maybe I should start looking into the statistics of days like today and see how often. So this is the same thing as Friday. I was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of same looking session, just chopping back and forth.
Yeah.
I ended up taking a winner, but my thesis didn't play all the way out.
Right.
I pulled in profit before my take profit, and now it's just discretion. So
yeah. This is actually uglier chop than on Friday. We did get a few good bounces off and all the way to the opening range high on Friday, right?
Yeah. I think Friday looked better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, I actually like what you're saying there. It's not worth changing it once, right? Yeah, you let it play out at all times, and then you look to see if that works or not, and then you change it. I like that.
Very difficult read on the 15-minute, have to say.
Yeah, a lot of pins being thrown.
For sure, yeah.
I couldn't imagine watching a trade or managing a trade on the 15-minute.
It doesn't.
I'm just looking at it here, like
doesn't make for a good live stream.
No. You know what we should start doing is 10-second charts for the live stream. I think I'd like that. We should do 10-second chart, ultra scalping, less than a minute trades, and you stretch the candles like super huge, so it looks like a lot's going on.
That's like ICT. If ever you see ICT traders on Instagram and things like that, I mean, the candles will be
all
like
the time. I always see it, and I'm like, why are they doing that?
Yeah,
they're just like they stretch the candles so huge.
Yeah,
and in like 3 minutes of a trade, you'd think like,
that's a fair value gap there.
They just made $1 million because they did, and you're just like, it's gone 3 points.
You've got to find that one tick fair value gap, you know, that one tick.
They have it like this, like seriously, like
yeah, exactly,
like skinny candles. Then it moves this much, and you're like, think so much is going on.
Yeah. Yeah,
good on your mental.
That's what we get for fighting the VWAPs. I'm just gonna go get some water. Just give me a minute here.
That's funny because I was gonna do the same. I'll do it after you, so that someone's always holding it down. Now I trade only NQ. Most of the time it works better. Yeah, I look at NQ as well. I just don't. I tend to execute more on ES. Tends to be cleaner. NQ I think looked better today with that double break that you were taking. Oh, you're back?
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm gonna go get water now.
Yeah. I think
I've been out for a little bit, so I'm to fill up.
I agree. I think sometimes that's also what I experienced in April, right? Sometimes NQ is just a cleaner asset. ideally, I would like to be able to trade any asset, really, at least the indices, but because theoretically, at least the indicators and the setup should work the same, right? You just need to size appropriately and so on. But I'm on the fence right now. I think sometimes one is cleaner, sometimes the other is cleaner. And ES is just the one I know better at this point. I've been trading it for 8 months. So that's where we are. So right now I'm in a situation where, unlike Griffin, I've limited my loss by taking that staggered stop. I had that sitting at 81.50, which means I've taken about $150, $160 loss. And then should things turn around, I might be looking to add in around my entry price, add those 2 contracts back in, but we'll see. Right now it's not looking super good. Oh, John, you trading minis? Okay, that makes sense with the P&L you've been showing on socials. The thing about minis, I guess, is you don't really have much chance to scale in and out of that position, but full in, full out is also a good strategy, good approach to it. I just like having that option, I guess, to scale in and out.
Still nothing? That's something to come back to, something.
Yeah, no. It's just grinding.
Like these days, it's like, once it hits past 11:30, I want to be, I got things to do.
Indecision,
I'm sure you do
right?
as well.
It's indecision.
It's like, do you want to get off and just leave your take profit and stop loss? But like, I don't personally. I like to be able to manage it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's also what I said on Friday, right? When I'm trading through TradeAbate, that's where I'm executing. So if it hits my stop loss, it doesn't automatically cancel my limit order for the TP.
I know.
So then I might be going having dinner with the family and spending the evening doing something else, and then there's a resting limit order sitting there. I don't like that.
No, definitely
so I
not.
have to monitor it.
That's what I don't like about TradeAbate. That's the main thing that I don't like.
And it should be such a simple thing to implement, right, from their side.
Yeah, I agree. I think it totally is like probably something everybody complains about and they just don't fix.
Yeah. They did react to the manual lockout. I've been using that a few times. That's I got to use bracket orders. What do you mean bracket orders? Okay, so they automatically get canceled?
They have implemented it. You just don't know how to use it.
Point taken.
I guess, yeah. I just don't trade there.
Yeah, okay, OCO orders, yeah. I'm gonna head out at 11 a.m. here, 3 minutes.
All right, I'll hop off as well.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up there.
Cool.
Anyone in the chat in a trade right now? Waiting for the Madonna. To anyone who doesn't know, the Madonna, I think, is a Chris Drysdale term, which is it's the first touch, the touch of the IB, right? Touch for the very first time.
Yeah,
that's right.
I think you just kind of like fade the break of the initial balance.
Yeah.
And trade it back to VWAP or something. I'm not exactly sure.
I don't know. There is a reason, Francis, that I don't trade directly on TradingView, but I can't remember it. I think I tried doing it, and it's one of those things where I just didn't take the time to learn, so I'm just switching over and executing there. I vaguely remember trying it and then it not working out, so I just switched to doing it in TradeAbate.
Yeah, I say do whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Like either one you can
I think it's
execute on.
copy trading, isn't it? It's copy trading that messed me up because it didn't execute on all the
Oh.
accounts. So I don't think we're gonna get out of this trade before we wrap up.
No, probably not. That's what I was gonna say. Sorry about the boring stream here, guys.
Yeah, we're just
not a lot
taking
of
these
quick
massive
action.
swing trades.
Yeah, we're swing traders. That's why.
That's why.
We just
Actually, speaking of swing trades, that's the final point I can make. I swung into Palo Alto Networks I think 1 week ago. I'm up 10% on the week, and I just sold it this morning. So
nice.
And I'm also, it's crazy. I mean, everyone's winning at the moment, right, with this rally. So
yeah,
I've made 80% on D-Wave, like this quantum computer, but it was a very small bet.
Wow.
I'm up 40% on a metals, like a mining company.
Cooking
so pretty good
right now. Nice work.
Tesla, I invested in Tesla at 372. It's now sitting at 421.
Nice.
So all good.
Yeah.
Just my day trading that's suffering.
Yeah. You can use that money to invest back in your day trading.
Yeah, for sure.
No, your day trading's been solid. I've had a solid month. The last 2 weeks I think have been hurting me.
Yeah.
But I had a beginning of the month. I think I had an 8-day win streak, which is solid. Obviously,
I had for May. Let me just have a look. I had 1, 2, 3. Also an 8-day win streak, and 8-day win streak. And then it's been the same pattern. First half of the month, I'm really good. Second half of the month, I suck. But still, May was the best month of the year so far. I was almost up 1K, and I've had losing months and so on, right? So I'm trading very small. So.
No,
that's on one account, so it's of course across the accounts. But
nice,
so all good.
Yeah, I had same thing here. May I had 8-day win streak at the start, and then the last 2 weeks I had the fourth week of the month I had 2 green days and 3 red days, and then the next one I had 3 red days and 1 green day. So just pretty back and forth, a little bit more losing than winning on the last 2 weeks, but the start of the month was a good hot streak. So it's just kind of had a slower, pretty stale end of the month.
Yeah.
It's like my overall was a pretty solid month.
Yeah. Good. Okay. I'm gonna wrap it up here. You're off as well, right?
So I'm gonna head out too. So I say just end stream.
Thanks everyone for joining.
Yeah. Thanks for chatting.
It's been a blast. Yeah. Thanks for the chat. Keep the chat going. See you tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Awesome.